Adele Gambardella, an award-winning publicist.
I am a crisis communication expert.
And Chip Massey, a former FBI hostage negotiator.
Because as a hostage negotiator, my job is to pull information from people, have them do the talking. What's the first thing that you say to somebody when you're trying to calm them down?
In order to get them from a level 10 to a level 2, they have to feel like you're hearing them.
Professionals who come from two very different backgrounds, but they are both in the business of convincing. Chip convinces to save people's lives, and Adele convinces to save people's reputation.
You're in the people business.
How do you really negotiate for yourself at work?
Well, let's bring in a former FBI hostage negotiator and a crisis communications expert who wrote an inspiring new book detailing how we can do this. This book is called Convince Me: High Stakes Negotiation Tactics to Get Results in Any Business Situation.
We're going to start with salary, though. Like, what are some of your kind of top tips of, like, when you're going in and get ready to get that negotiation?
I actually have a story about one time I was looking for an executive position, and the woman offered me $100,000 for a salary, and I said, "Can you do any better?" And I waited about, I don't know, what seemed like a lifetime.
Yes,
it was probably
of course.
about
In
10
silence.
seconds, right? In silence. And actually, it wound up making $10,000 more she offered me.
And remember, a lot of people take this as an opportunity and they're thinking, hey, gosh, I'm kind of like asking, I'm kind of begging, because I need this something. You shouldn't look at it like that. You should be looking at that, this is my time to shine.
Adele Gambardella has spoken at corporate events, association annual conferences, and the United Nations.
So if you're able to tell people why they're feeling one way or another, then you're going to be able to be a more effective, persuasive communicator.
My mom's like looking for the perfect, most comfortable pair of shoes. She's been looking for this pair of shoes probably for the last 10 years of her life. She has not found them yet. But she went into Nordstrom's and she's trying on a bunch of shoes and she finds this pair and, she steps into them. She puts them on. She starts walking around. These are so comfortable. I mean, she's really making a scene. She's walking. They're so comfortable. I can't believe how comfortable they are. And all of a sudden, this woman, who's also shopping at Nordstrom, taps my mom on the shoulder. She says, "Ma'am, those are my shoes." The point is that she would rather wear somebody else's shoes that were broken in rather than be uncomfortable.
Every day, we have to be convincing, whether it is in business or in our personal lives. Yet most of us use the same set of persuasion techniques that work only some of the time.
If you are able to rein your own fear in, right, your own anxiety, your own anger, because remember, someone's coming at you with a difficulty or problem that you didn't cause, but they're mad at you. So how do you do that? First thing that you do is that you label the emotion. Somebody comes at you yelling, you say, "Hey, whoa, okay. You sound very upset. Sorry about that." I guarantee you it works.
Even if they get it wrong, right, Chip?
That's exactly right. You can be wrong about identifying the emotion. You can say, "Oh, you sound very sad today." You're like, "I'm not sad. I'm actually I feel people have forgotten me." Okay, thank you for that.
Their keynote will teach your audience how to be master convincers.
I want to tell you about my friend who very smartly convinced her husband to get a Mercedes. My husband's an accountant. He won't let me buy a Mercedes. I really want one. We can afford one. I don't know why I can't get him to do it. She goes with the emotional, convincing argument. She's like, "I'll look good in it. It's what I've wanted. I've always wanted this car. This is my dream car. Come on. You're being a cheapskate." No. He's no, all the way down the line. Then she starts going, "Okay, how do I convince him the way he wants to be convinced? He's a fact-based dude. All right, let me go down and get some research about the safest luxury car in the market with the best resale value." All of a sudden, she presented her argument like that, and her husband's like, "Okay, I guess it makes sense. I'll buy her Mercedes." Because she approached it the way he wanted her to approach it.
So if you're able to tell people why they're feeling one way or another, then you're going to be able to be a more effective, persuasive communicator.
While their end goal is different, the skills they use are the same.
If you're able to get to someone's unstated narrative, find out what their actual problem or objection is, you will have a distinct advantage
over your competition.
The first time you meet that person, the first time you pick up a telephone, the first email you get from somebody, that's when your negotiation starts.
Together, these two experts bring together convincing techniques your audience will find engaging, fun, and immediately applicable. Pay up or your daughter dies. Those were the words that Maria heard on a telephone call that she received in the dark of the night. She calls the FBI, and the FBI sends my team over. And she is following everything I had to say, even though she was scared out of her mind. The end result, after many hours, is that those kidnappers were arrested and all those 22 hostages were freed. Now that same skill set is what we're going to teach you today. You are going to learn the same thing in a very brief way on how to be convincing.